I think it's time for my first ever container garden tour. This is my first video on YouTube, so this is exciting. um, if you guys don't know, my name is John with John's Plant Adventures. I grow and curate specialty flowers here in Arizona. We are zone 9010A, and we get hot here in the summer, guys. We get like upwards of 110 degrees. I've seen it as hot as 120. Um, so all these plants are super heat resistant and super heat tolerant, and I cannot wait to show you guys what we're growing. I'm going to start this tour off strong with a really sad dahlia. This was the cafe that I grew, and she was gorgeous a couple weeks ago, but she has seen better days. These are all coxcomb celotias. These are a dwarf variety, but I harvested a lot of them, and these are some that just look good, so I kept them in their pots. So these are more of a celotia. I don't know what kind of celotia is, but it's a shorter gold celotia. She's still kicking it. I might replace them soon, but these are Lisianthus that we potted up earlier this spring, but look how gorgeous these girlies are. These blush tones, I'll show you guys more of them in just a little bit, but these are the first year ones, and they're still growing quite a bit. These were some lavender ones that were blooming a little bit ago. You can see that they still have some life in them. I need to deadhead them, which means taking off these spent blooms, and then they'll start cranking out some more. But we use a lot of peony cages here, if you guys noticed these cages over the plants, and they're great to use in containers because they're really easy to like install, and they just grow right through the cage here. And they're really easy to hide once you put them in your garden with other plants. So these are pentas, a really pretty lavender pentas. Gorgeous. The hummingbirds and the bees absolutely love this flower, so definitely a recommendation, especially if you live somewhere hot. They love this flower. This is one of the first of many Lisianthus benches. This is a mix of the pink and the blue. All the pink ones were saved from last year. We can get quite a few years out of our Lisianthus here in our zone 9B. They can overwinter, but anyways, these are a Carmen Rose Lisianthus. They're not really rosy, they're very pinky, which is still beautiful, but it was a Carmen Rose Lisianthus. And they stay short, which is great for this bench here. This is the blue, this is the Juliet blue, but look at that. This nice, beautiful, fresh bloom. Ugh, they're so pretty. Such a gorgeous, like rose-like flower that does great the heat here. More Lisianthus. These are the first year planted Lisianthus. So they usually bloom around July for the taller varieties. Those are the cut flower varieties. Some Gomphrena. This is a mix, a dwarf mix of the gnome mix of lavender, white, and purple here. They'll grow more throughout the summer, but it's just really fun to have that there. More Lisianthus, of course. And this is to the bigger container garden. In the back, we have Mahogany Splendors Hibiscus, which is a really pretty Japanese maple-like foliage. We grow it from seed. It is really easy to start from seed. It's in the cotton family, in the mallow family, so it's related to okra and hollyhocks, and again, cotton. So they're really easy. They love the heat, and they grow beautifully. They will flower eventually once it gets later in the season, probably closer to like November. They start to flower these like blood red flowers. So stunning, so stunning. Okay, we're gonna go to the border here because there's a lot to start with. But at the border, we have the coxcomb celotias, which is a super fun option. I just love coming out here and touching them. But they're a great like just dried flower as well. But I like the border ones because these stay short. There's taller options, but I love the short ones. Just for a unique border. You usually don't see coxcombs used as a border plant, so I love that. And then behind them we have lots of vincas. These are a Kauai series vinca, Kauai red and then Kauai peppermint. I love how they look together. And we're serving a little bit of a red, white, and blue moment back there. But there's red peppermint, and then there's fuchsia here with this like pinky fuchsia, and then this is blueberry. So they come in all sorts of colors. I don't have the coral here, but there's a coral option too that is absolutely stunning. But we just use them as like a mid border here. But I love the kawaiis because they don't get as like leggy as the regular vincas. Regular vincas, I feel like after a few months of growing, just get super stringy and leggy, and I don't like that look. So I love the kawaiis because they stay nice and compact. They're so gorgeous, so gorgeous. So I love those. Behind those, we have the Angelonias. This is the Angel Blue. I don't really, correct me if I'm wrong. It's a Proven Winners flower. Um, but these are some of the most vigorous Angelonias that are on the market. Um, that is the blue one, but we have a cherry one that's not a Proven Winners. You can see the flowers are a lot smaller than the Proven Winners ones, but oh my gosh, you guys, they're just so massive, and they will get bigger. These plants will get a lot bigger as the season progresses. They'll get, you know, a couple feet tall. So behind the Angelonias, we have more celotias. These are a gold celotias. Celotia. And they're kind of, I mean, they're not on their last leg, but I like how the gold looks. I don't like how it fades. But we will be keeping those for a while now, probably until we start to flip them for monsoon planting, which is so pretty. And this is what you guys have all been waiting for, the Lisianthus. We have so much Lisianthus back here, but these were all planted last year, so back in last April. And this is their second year flowering. So the second year crops usually flower before the first year planted flowers. So this is a very succession plant, all of your Lisianthus, but this is a variety called Arena Apricot. How stunning these are, oh my god. Arena Apricot. 2 pots of those, and then this is a Megalo Orange. Megalo Orange. It's not really orange here, and I don't know if it's because it's not really an orange color or if it's the sun here just fading it a little bit, which usually happens. The sun here is so hot it can like bleach out colors a little bit, but honestly I love that. I love when it does that. So this is another Megalo Orange in full bloom. Look how stunning that is. Oh my god. I know they kind of look similar because behind it we have the Arena Apricot, but it's slightly different, slightly, very slightly different petal structures. So super stunning. And again, these are all used or all held up by peony cages in here. This one probably should have been a little bit higher, but that's okay. Some support is better than no support, you guys. And back here we have the sunflowers. I usually don't grow tall sunflowers like this in pots, but I kind of had a YOLO moment and just threw some seeds in here.